Okay, everybody, so we are back with the CBC podcast once again. It's taken a little bit of time and trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with everything, but hey, here we are, back live on Twitch if you're watching this, and then of course you can catch the replay over on everywhere else we post it, iTunes, I don't know if it goes to SoundCloud anymore. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's right.
Do we have a Spotify channel yet?
Sure. If not, it'll be there soon. There we go. Spotify probably. And just Google us on Comic Book Cast that you can find Twitter and everything. Of course, I'm your host, Armin. You guys can find me at Arminis, and I'm here with Mitch.
What's up? You can find me at Mitch692.
And also Tristan.
Hey guys, and you can catch me at It's J Chance.
So, as you guys noticed, we got a ton of great topics. It's another week that doesn't necessarily scrape the bottom of the lowest barrel possible. So this is going to be a good one, I feel it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And with that, we're just going to get right into our first topic. Doctor Strange 2. It looks like it's shooting at the end of the year / early 2019, which means probably getting that, quick Marvel turnaround of about a year to a year and a half, which honestly I'm excited because it seems like this movie's taking Guardians 3 place.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, if it does start as soon as Benedict Wong said it did.
I feel like he probably knows when he has to report to the set.
I mean, probably, yeah. But that's for something that hasn't, been stated that it's going to be starting filming, we're filming in December.
Well, from what we know is Black Widow still has not officially been announced by anybody, but she has a payday, they have a time carved out for her to shoot the movie. It's
True.
It's true. They're keeping very quiet on everything. It's you know what? All right, just do your thing, guys. Whatever.
We'll learn about everything from Comic-Con next year anyway, so...
I think... No, wait. D23 is in Anaheim next year, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is D23 before or after Comic-Con?
Before.
Then, yeah, we'll find out then. Yeah. No reason going to Comic-Con when you got D23.
Well, so here's the thing, just kind of looking at it with Doctor Strange... the movie's been a long time coming, clearly, and they've been working on it, and now they're getting into that territory where there's so many properties, they're gotta figure this out, right? So they're trying to figure out where best to place it, and it's sooner is better than later, when it comes to these types of movies, especially Doctor Strange, since he's been around in these other Marvel movies as cameos, but his story still, it's falling way behind. It's going to be 5 years of time have moved around since his movie comes out. It's
wait, was it 2016 or 2015 the movie came out?
2016.
Yeah, so 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time between movies.
Mm-hmm. And yeah,
I think it's, apart from the Hulk, it's the longest one they've had.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
And also...
especially when Ant-Man's around there. But,
and as you just got pointed out, and I was trying to look up, but I couldn't find it correct, so D23 did move to August. So
it is after. So
honestly, I would assume they're gonna announce a couple things at San Diego, but most of it's being saved. The big stuff, here's X-Men, Fantastic Four, that's probably being saved for D23.
San Diego would just be the logos. Here's logo and everything else, and then D23 is everything.
Well, that's I think at D23 they'll officially confirm to us, being look, we've been working on Doctor Strange 2. Here's the date you get, or maybe even San Diego, that's what they do. And I think that's obviously the one that's coming at us the soonest, because that's the one that's going to be next in development. So, I mean, when they announce the entire phase, which is guaranteed coming at San Diego, Doctor Strange is probably going to be at the forefront of that, because, they can't delay it anymore. And, Mordo is still out there. Has Mordo just been watching this whole thing being look at that.
What if you got dust?
Yeah, it's all good. Everything's going to work out fine.
No, I don't know. It does seem very quick to get this one out, but the 2021, I wouldn't be surprised. No, because we know they're starting on Eternals. They've already got the screenwriters or the scripters. They got directors ready. So that's probably going to be 2020 as well.
Yeah.
The Black Widow.
Up,
But something that hasn't officially been announced, we know an awful lot.
True. Well, okay, so on the Doctor Strange thing, since it is coming at us, what do you guys want in there? Like, what kind of resolution, what type of character, what do you want for a villain, what direction do you want it to go in?
Nightmare. Give me everything Nightmare. Go absolutely fucking crazy with it. Because you can't kind of like back down after Infinity War.
Right.
You can't just go back to sparkly karate. You have to actually lean full in.
The idea I have was like Doctor Strange is so messed up after all the realities and futures he saw, it starts to kind of draining him, and he like falls to like, you know, almost like not being the same type of character, like he's seriously damaged. And then Nightmare comes in and starts playing with his mind, trying to manipulate him and dragging him into the realm, but he doesn't realize it. So, you know, it can be a basis for a completely different type of movie. And, you know, the Nightmare realm, make it an actual realm. So, like, visually, I think that would be just stunning, like, directions you could take that into. So,
do you remember the first issue of the Jason Aaron Doctor Strange run?
That was quite a few years ago, wasn't it?
It was a couple of years ago now. But, like, this starts off with him, like, walking down the street. And you can see all this crazy, like, Beetlejuice sandworm sort of thing.
Oh, yes. Yep.
It's like, have that in there.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, expand it properly so it's not just, you can walk around in the mirror dimension. Like, have all this crazy stuff coming out. Mm-hmm. And it's got, since everything, like, got redusted, like, everything's been going crazy. Magic's out of whack, this, that, and that, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I take, you know, maybe bringing Clea. I don't know if Clea's too much. I'm not sure. But...
So, okay, let's look at it like this. So I just picked up Ant-Man and the Wasp on Blu-ray 4K, and the entire spotlight of the cover goes to Wasp. Ant-Man isn't even on that thing. So
how to get shafted in your own movie.
So, just being real with you, I think if you bring her on in the sequel and you kind of balance her out and build her up, that's another character you have for the inevitable A-Force or team-up female movie that's a couple years away. So
true, but then at the same time, you've already got a Scarlet Witch. So do you need Clea? Or could you just replace Clea with Wanda?
I mean, more female characters, I'm all down for it. And I think that's what they're thinking too, you know?
Yeah.
Plus different types of magic, if you will. Because I feel like Scarlet is probably going to have a little bit more to do with X-Men in a few years, so...
I hope not. Let's not retcon that, Ian. No, there's no need.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how they handle it, but, you know, Doctor Strange 2, it's coming. It's only a matter of time, so we'll talk about it as the months approach, because we're going to know more about it, and castings probably within the next 2 or 3 months, so, you know, get hyped. This week, once again, on Monday, we played WBDC Roulette, and The Flash ended up moving by 1.5 to 2 years to 2021.
Is it ever going to be made at this point?
I mean, for the fastest man alive, his movie's awfully slow.
Well, I hear a sad trombone from like 10 countries away.
But, I mean, is it necessarily a bad thing?
Well,
I know they keep pushing back, and that's the bad part. But, you know, Fantastic Beasts 3 is no doubt going to be coming out between now and then. So,
I mean, that franchise, they know is going to make way more money than a Flash movie.
Yeah.
So,
like, what is the reason this time is getting pushed back like a year and a half? Because I saw some people saying it's like director change or something like that.
Yeah, there was no reason. It's just like, look, okay.
I think the whole people saying director change is just taking a piss because it's just constantly losing directors.
I was going to say, it's been losing directors since like 2013.
Yeah, it's like, how many? Like, there's like 3 or 4?
I think they're into about 5 now.
Oh, wow.
I think. But they just keep going into the Speed Force and just pissing off. That's what it is.
Well, so here's like the reality with The Flash. By the time this movie is out, Grant Gustin will have been The Flash for 8 years. Like, they will have touched every single storyline and idea you could possibly want to do. Like, it's... I
mean, hasn't the show already done that anyway?
Yeah.
So, season 2 Flashpoint for an episode.
Yeah. Like,
But that's probably a reason as well. It's like, why rush with the Flash movie when you've got it on TV?
Mm-hmm. And it seems to be doing pretty well on TV. It's steady. The ratings aren't dropping from when it, like, you know, hit its stride. So it's like, okay, well,
I think it was the second most viewed of last season behind Black Lightning.
Like, it's doing real good. So it's, I don't think there's really a need for the Flash. And realistically, with stuff we're going to talk about later on in this podcast and WB and the choices they're making, I'm not saying this to be mean because, like, I really like the Flash as a character, but I don't think the Flash can really
hold a
movie or a franchise. I'm just kind of being real with you here.
Well, he can hold a movie.
Like, yeah, he can, but it's like the problem is, I think, is he's already in a very successful show, and people just go, well, why do I need this if I already have one thing I love? Like, we heard that when Superman with Smallville, and people were like, yeah,
it's also from Justice League. Like, who walked out of that movie going, "Oh yeah, I want a Flash movie right now"?
Yeah,
not a lot of people.
Well, they say no, they want a Flash movie, but not with that Flash.
Yeah, well, like, you're not going to get another Flash. You have this Flash. But no, I think this one probably works better as a supporting character.
Yeah,
I know that kind of sucks for speedsters on both sides because they're just supporting characters. But...
yeah, I mean.
I know. I always think a speedster movie is a hard thing to make.
Well, so I agree with that, and also at the same time, let's for a second talk about the fact that the Stargirl TV series that's coming, that's also going to play with having a version of the Flash on it because they're going to be using Jay Garrick. So it's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, you're going to have like 2 or 3 live action Flashes at this point in different universes, and you're getting like the movie is, I don't know, It just doesn't seem like they're thinking this out ahead. Like, it seems like they're only sticking with this movie because they announced it and they don't want to cancel another movie off their slate. And I put slate very loosely. Like,
and because it's like one of the Justice League.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Cyborg was one of the Justice League, and his got canceled.
He's not. He's their caddy. Let's be honest here. He's not really on the Justice League. He just moves people around.
It's like he got pushed to Doom Patrol.
Oh, can't even be on Titans. Oh.
Wop, 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 wop.
Oh well, that might be a lucky thing. Who knows?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just very mixed feelings on the Flash, and I mean, if WB is so mixed on the Flash and they don't know what to do with him, then it doesn't instill me in confidence because by the time this movie comes out, you better have had the greatest script you've ever developed.
Yeah, but. I don't know. Like, it might not even necessarily be a bad thing. It could just purely be scheduling problems. But
true, it could. But then again, it's Hollywood, so we know how they like to put the spin on everything. So,
and it's Warner Brothers, and no doubt we'll know some trade will leak the reason why.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, Ezra Miller broke an ankle. He didn't learn to run properly. Who knows?
Turns out Zack Snyder had him on ice skates the entire time for some god-awful reason.
It's like, you're the Flash, you run, I want the Bolero, go.
So, there's that. There's our weekly DC Roulette. We'll be back next week with another shift change or a new addition to the slate. Quote-unquote, slate. So, Spider-Man Far From Home has wrapped production. There we go.
That's better.
Oh, man. So that black suit as well. Woo. Yeah.
There's a lot of conversation going on about that suit.
Yeah, they're saying it's navy blue, and then there's out there saying it's black, and then
it's 100% black. There's no way.
It's just funny because like if you see the cosplayers, they're like arguing constantly because they're getting all their suits saying no, it's blue or it's navy blue, no, it's black because they're seeing the shine and the light.
I've seen like a small video and a few angles where it does look like it has the smallest tint of blue, and maybe that will be there somewhat because it was in the original Ditko, but I really love it. Like, I love what it looks like.
My thing is, in everything where it looks like that really dark navy blue, the black strips that the Stark suit had are also blue, and we know that they're black. So in my head, it's just like, no, the entire thing's black. It's just the lighting on that picture.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
But my only real issue with it is the back spider. I think it looks ugly.
The white.
Yeah, like the design is fine. Like, why is it white? Why is it not red?
He's going to be fighting Mr. Negative.
Oh no!
Come on.
Oh no. Well, what about Mysterio?
Hashtag release the Raimi suit.
They got that one guy in the background just screaming that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the White Spider is a little weird, but I think he wants to just kind of keep it on there. Being like, look, I'm Spider-Man. It's got to be on there because it's okay.
Yeah,
sure.
but if it was red, it would look exactly the same.
True.
And I don't know why the front spider has a white outline either. It's like it sticks out because you're on a red background.
Yeah.
They wanted to be different.
Yeah, but it's a nitpick, really. Like, some people are going, well, maybe it glows, and it's like maybe it does, but that would look really weird.
Yeah, that would. Especially, what would a glow do in the middle of daytime?
Just looks slightly brighter.
He'll have a signal on the back at night.
You'll go in the clouds and be a bat signal. But
Well, also, I think what people need to understand right now that they're wrapped production. That means they have all the footage they need before the reshoots, which reshoots will happen. And on top of that, they've already been working on some post-production. So our first look at this movie, realistically, is coming by the end of January. Like, you're seeing it by the end of that time. So,
which is weird, 'cause we're going to have the marketing for movies that are coming out after Avengers 4.
Because people also have to remember, it's a Marvel Studios movie being made for Sony, but Sony's the one in charge of the marketing and all that. So, yes, they have a deal on it, but you have to realistically think Sony can't, like, throw the movie under the bus, And, like, you look at Venom, they were advertising that movie, like 6 months, 8 months before release. So, like, it's kind of crazy.
And no one liked to look at that movie at that point, because they just rushed the marketing out. But
yeah, that's true.
It'll be interesting because we know the Avengers marketing is not going to have any dusted characters. It's all going to be like the original 6.
Yep.
So it's going to look like Avengers 1, which is going to be really weird. But then you got this one. It's like, oh, here's this, here's that. It's like he obviously comes back. Like, we knew he came back anyway, but but it's not like they need to market a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, here's this poster for the Spider-Man movie. There you go. No, you can wait for a trailer till after Avengers. Not that the internet can wait for a trailer for a fucking month, but
yeah. I think they find themselves also in this like weird position when it comes to like how they have to market this properly, because it's like the everyday person isn't necessarily in all the know. It's like, oh, there's the Avengers movie and then Spider-Man's coming back. Like, I've talked to so many people that are like, there's a Black Panther 2. I thought he died. I'm like, oh God, you hurt my brain. Come on.
It's like you really think they're gonna leave all that money on the table?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Get rid of him. But I don't know. Like, how many suits has he got now? I know we've seen at least 3.
3 in this movie, and I've been told there's a 4th one.
Oh, so many.
So, I mean, if there's one studio that's going to make it work, this is your studio that's going to make it work.
I mean, sure. Like, but what reason could you have for having 4 different suits that are that vastly different? Like, is it nanotech now?
Oh, that would be insane.
It would be, but because the one of the ones that looks like the noir suit, that one looks a little like he put that stuff together.
Yeah. It looked very shieldy, but then this black and red one looks like one from Marvel 2-in-1 that came out. That was a shield suit, so I don't know what. Because we know Nick Fury's in this, obviously, so no doubt Shield gives him a suit at some point. But I don't know, because in my head, it doesn't make sense for him not to have a nano suit when everyone else does.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with like Tony Stark being the daddy figure. It's like, no, I don't want you to die, but here, just run around in a bit of cloth.
I can't wait for Peter to show up. Papa, new suit. There you go, kid.
oh no. But then again, he would be an Iron Man Jr. at that point, so
yeah. Then the criticisms are valid, I guess.
Because then the one of the questions that I want to know is like, if he has a couple, will Karen just like download herself into the new suit every time he gets a new one?
That would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Or if it is nanotech, she's there constantly. So
maybe she's just a little microchip or something he carries around with him. I mean.
Oh yeah. Either that or everything's all Mysterio related. And like
true.
Mysterio's like powers are actually real and not that. tech.
I mean, looking just like at the new suit for a second, right? And seeing where it is, and it's like, oh, we're shooting back in New York, and yada yada. I'm like, okay, so clearly the black suit is appearing at the end of the movie, right? So
Yeah.
the blue and red suit has been destroyed. The shield suit was used for one thing, which is a giant battle, probably versus Molten Man, I'm gonna guess, or something along those lines, because there was a lot of fire everywhere. So my guess is, that's the suit that the movie ends with, and I'm kind of excited by that because it looks like it's. I don't know, they got some good ideas to where they go with it and like what direction they want to take. Like it seems like that the movie's kind of gonna have the suits integrated in a smart way. That's not just like, oh, he's changing it for the sake of changing it to sell merchandise. Which, being real, that's part of it.
I was gonna say we all know it's just for merchandise reasons, but let's at least try and be creative with it.
Yep.
Just imagine all the Marvel figures that are just gonna be the Spider-Man series, where it's just different spider suits.
So you mean the Spider-Man figures right now?
Yeah, but this is movie edition. Completely different.
Oh, well, get to know.
It's the same line, but different.
Damn. I like it. I like the new suit. I like that it's wrapped production finally, so we're going to start hearing more, and we're gearing up towards, the start of all the marketing. The only thing that kind of blows is once again, they're going to dump their load at the beginning of the year, so then we have nothing towards the end of next year. It's like, oh, that sucks. I hate that. I loved it when they gave us that November movie, like Doctor Strange. Like, oh, sweet. It never felt too long between movies,
What's the dates for next year?
It's
I know you got, was it March, April, and June?
Yeah, March, April, yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. So it's essentially the same as this year.
Yeah.
Well,
they got to free up the spot for Morbius and Joker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Morbius, have you seen who the villain is?
No.
It's literally not Morbius.
Oh.
It's like, well, I can already see how the Sunk movies are going to go already. No.
Oh, right, the Sunk movies.
Here's Venom, he fights a not Venom. Here's Morbius, he fights a not Morbius. Here's Kraven, he fights a not Kraven. Maybe Spider-Man. But...
Mitch, stop getting me so excited for these movies. I can't.
Yeah, originally I thought you were gonna say here's a not Blaze gonna fight.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you hear the excitement in my voice?
Warner Brothers, as now more reports are confirming, is moving forward with the DC film universe without Batman and Superman. I don't want to sound like I'm celebrating, but thank God. I've always said you should try to focus on some of your other characters, since clearly these characters have not had a good response in the DCEU, and their movies have kind of,
Batman hasn't had a movie yet. So.
True. And the two he's been in were not well received, so... how do you guys feel about this? Because...
if this means that I get new gods, I'm fine. I don't care. I'm not a Batman Superman fan anyway, so I'm not going to sit here and cry. But
I'm just curious because they're doing everything that's related more to Batman than to Superman. But I'm just wondering where they're gonna go with whatever characters, because they could go, we're not making a Batman movie, we're gonna make a Nightwing and a Robin movie instead. And then but they have connections to Batman, and people are gonna want to know where does this fit and whatever they're doing. And if they don't explain that, then people are just gonna get confused about the whole entire thing.
Honestly, I think the fans right now will rather just take a good movie than an explanation of anything.
Yeah.
Because
it's not like they've explained anything in this universe.
Let's just being brutally honest here. It's not like the continuity, and I put that loosely in quotation marks, is anywhere on par with anything close to the MCU. So it's
then I guess that they just treat this whole entire thing as an anthology series, I guess.
I mean, don't you mean the continuity of the X-Men movies?
Well, I mean, because they completely rewrite every movie, so everything is its own continuity.
It's all connected. Because nothing connects, so it's well done.
True. It's very true.
I mean, it's it's kind of whatever, really. No Batman, Superman. You know, we've had Batman movies like every 2 years for 20 years, so
Right.
maybe not that much, but
It feels like it's just kind of time to maybe move on, you know? That's like kind of what I'm feeling.
yeah, I agree. But then, you know, we've got Birds of Prey coming out, and it's set in Gotham, so you're not really going to have a lack of Batman. No, I doubt that Nightwing movie will ever go ahead because we've got Titans. No, if the Flash TV show. Well, I say we've got Titans. We have something resembling maybe Titans, but you know, if the Flash TV show is impacting the Flash movie, then
Yeah.
but then they've shown that they don't really care about how many things they have because here's a show over here, here's a show over here. Like no one's gonna get confused because they're already confused. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's at the point where it's like, do people really care as long as you just get, you know, like, good quality? And I think that, like, Wonder Woman kind of proved that, because that movie's just like, look, yeah, we said some things, but it doesn't really matter, so whatever. It's like, oh, okay, but clearly people are not really, you know, like, looking towards anything crazy in continuity. Like, just stick with that whole, like, Elseworld idea. Just make movies that are disconnected. Just make them good, because you've shown you can't make movies that are, you know.
That's what Mick's saying, is like, that's kind of bad that the last good Batman movie was the Lego Batman movie released last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
But like, you know, like Wonder Woman's already going with what you're saying. It's like, just do anthology stuff. Like, you know, they've said Wonder Woman's a sequel, but it's not a sequel. It's this, it's that, and it's like you don't even know really where that movie fits in with anything or what it's doing. But
Right.
it seems to be disconnecting. You know, Aquaman's no doubt going to ignore everything.
Oh, it looks like it's ignoring every single thing. So, like, they're just using the loose parts that they kind of have to. Other than that, it's like,
They're using Heard and Momoa. That's about it.
yeah.
So, the armor they had in Justice League, that's gone. No. We had a trident. That's gone.
You'll probably get like a passing reference to Wonder Woman and Batman in there, and that's probably it.
Yeah.
I hope not. No.
Yeah, they don't even need that, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably have to put it in there, being like, oh, but it just seems weird, shallow, almost to a degree. And like, just imagine we're entering a world where DC's not going to use Batman because they're using them in pretty much everything else. So, you know, that's kind of a thing too.
But then, what does this mean for the Matt Reeves movie? Like, sure that like that movie's taken years to even get a script together, but are they just gonna shelve it?
Yeah, right. Like, what do you do with that?
Or do we get Matt Reeves on something else? Because I'll be fine with that. No,
it's a weird scenario, right? Like, yeah, I don't know how you go about that, because you want to do Batman, but then the people clearly aren't responding to him. People are saying, oh, we want new stuff. So where exactly do you move with that? And, like, what are you going to do with it? Because Batman is, like, DC Comics is literally named after Detective Comics, like Batman.
Yeah.
So,
and if you look at their lineup of comics each week, it's 90% Batman.
Yep.
Everything's Batman related.
Yeah.
But you know, at least with Superman, they're going, we're making a Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
Can't do a Batwoman movie. Well, you could, but you know, the CW's taking Batwoman now. So
remember, also there was rumors of a Batgirl TV series on development for the DC Universe streaming service. So is that movie going to be off the table now? Like,
who knows?
Yep.
I don't think even they know.
No, definitely not. Well, I guess when we get more concrete things, we'll talk about it here. But so far, it's, you know, DC uncertainty. I guess that's what it really comes down to. Avengers 4 villain. It looks like there's definitely going to be a new villain we're seeing in this movie, if the new toys or anything are to go by. So, okay.
Not that. Like, has there actually been a decent clear photo of the back of that toy package?
Not too clear, but it's what people were able to make out, which a lot of people are saying, like, yeah, you know, it does look like that. So,
I've seen a lot of people run like, there's another villain here, like,
yeah.
But
I mean,
there's nothing horrifically concrete.
Being real, if it's a 5-year time jump, which it seems like it is, right? 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So if they can't just be Thanos, they've been fighting for 4 years. They've got to have had other villains and moved on. And someone's have got to have popped up. So whoever it's going to be, he's probably going to be in the first part of the movie that they're battling.
Yeah.
So
it's like we touched upon it last week when we were talking about Avengers 4. It's like they got to do something to have stakes for Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And a 5-year time jump with seeing how everything works gives that movie a bit of weight.
right.
Just like, oh, next day, done. Like, there's no weight to Infinity War, but no, there's nothing on who it could be. Some people are saying Annihilus because the Annihilation title, speculating, which would be cool. It would make sense if they did call it Annihilation and Annihilus was in there. And people were like, oh, they can't use him. It's like they might have made a deal. You know, they did Ego and Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, so they quite easily could have just gone, yeah, let's just take this one because you're not going to use him. No.
True. Well, it's also one of these things where, let's say it's Annihilus, right? And the movie takes place 5 years in the future. Then we see him. But then when everything's reset and picks up right after and it goes back to normal and it's like after the events of Infinity War, which many people are speculating, it's like, oh, the character's technically still out there then, you know? Like,
yeah, sets it up again. Yeah.
Right. For a different version of the character. So I'm like, honestly, I would be okay with that. And I know there's been speculation that some people are like, maybe it could be Kang at some point. Maybe that's the deal they made. I don't think you use Kang like that.
No, but Kang would make sense if it's going to be a time travel story.
Yep, that would, yeah.
It very much makes sense if that's the case. Galactus is another one. I doubt it's Galactus.
Oh, hell no.
I absolutely doubt it's Galactus. There's no way.
Galactus is you unite the entire MCU, you bring back Chris Evans and Robert Downey for a $50 million payday each in like a decade. Like that's Galactus,
So we need everyone back. But yeah, I probably put money on it being Annihilus.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can, you bring him in, you go, oh, we locked him in the quantum realm. Or a different realm that's not the negative zone, but it's the negative zone. It's the backwards planet. And then Fantastic Four come along, they find him, and you do it that way. But I don't know. I'd still definitely put money on it being a Annihilus, though.
Yeah.
Just because it makes sense. Like, the biggest threat you could probably have at this point would be him. And I keep saying it, they're in that mid-2000s era of comics. And Annihilus was all over the place in that.
Yes, he was.
Annihilation was his story. Even Conquest, you could still feel it was still about Annihilation and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then that makes Thanos kind of a hero. But then again, he dies in Annihilation. Spoilers. So, well, yeah, he kind of dies. But if they do that, they have to give him the pixie thing, the annoying Legend of Zelda thing.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, okay, so be real for a second, right? Just being real. If they use, it's Avengers Annihilation, right? We know because it's the MCU. It will be the loosest adaptation of only using, a tiny part of it, which, honestly, I think people should know by now. You should expect this, and this is more than welcome. Just be real,
So if you want the Annihilation story, go read Annihilation.
If you wanted and if you want Infinity War to be like Infinity Gauntlet, I'm sorry, but that story is almost comedic. It's laughably bad at some parts. So
I love Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm okay with it, but some of it's so it's a little dated.
It's very dated. It hasn't aged the best, but it's still it's one of those staples where it's like, yes, this is our thing.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, so I guess talk about Avengers 4 here and kind of
all they have to do to be anywhere near Annihilation is just have a giant wave of bugs.
Yeah.
Done. Just say it's been going throughout the universe and it's now here and time's running out to fix the Infinity Wars events.
Yeah.
And then you take the what if thing I brought up last week and you have everyone die on the moon. But just replace Annihilus with Thanos. But
since they're on the moon, are my boys the Inhumans going to show up?
No, they're in Hawaii. So.
Oh, okay. We're just going to ignore it. Ever happened. Perfect.
They look out the window and see everything going on and just nope.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really do much. I'm not going to turn up in TV clothes. Just hey.
Oh.
We might have happened. We don't know.
Can you imagine they show up with those TV outfits? Gorgon is just walking on the moon and they forgot his huffs.
With his high heel boots. Just like...
Jesus Christ.
Black Bolt could have helped, but he forgot his suit.
No.
They always have the Eternals show up in not the Inhumans outfits. It's like, hey, we're another race of people that live on the moon. We're supposed to live on Titan, but we moved to the moon.
What's your name? I'm Whiteagar Whitecarm. Call me White.
Perfect.
Damn. They're really putting the Inhumans out here. I don't know. I'm really excited by the idea that we don't know who the Avengers 4 villain. And here's my take on this. I don't want to know who it is. I want them to play it up like it's still Thanos they're battling, because people are obviously going to want that resolution. And we're like, we go into the movie and we're expecting Thanos, and the first 40 minutes they're battling like a nihilist or something. We're like, whoa, oh man, like they did not reveal this. Like in my hopes, in a perfect world, that's how they do it.
How much of Strucker did we get in the Age of Ultron marketing?
Not a lot at all.
No,
like,
so
really not a whole lot. Like I think we knew from photos and stuff, but if you were like the everyday person, you had no idea.
Yeah. So I know they announced his casting, and everyone's like, "Oh, Strucker." But that's about it, from what I remember. Anyway, it was too long ago at this point. But having a think of it again, it could be Celestials. We don't know.
Oh god, that'd be awesome.
Have like a host come down for the first bit. Then again, that's kind of unfair, because it's like, oh yeah, his Celestials, like, and then Thanos, but it's kind of too much for one movie. But it brings the Eternals in quite nicely, and takes them out again. But
yeah,
who knows? I think Annihilus is probably the safe bet, if anyone. But because who else do they own that can, apparently be a bigger threat than Thanos? There's not many people that they have. But
I mean, when they get Fox back, like, we all know that Doctor Doom is going to be at least a phase villain, right?
Oh yeah.
So Magneto possibly, Galactus. So you got another 12 years you can map out successfully with 3 properties you don't own quite yet. No. But
I just kind of trying to think of when I completely forgot when they're going to get signed, like, the rights back, and had a little brain fart then. But
it's a coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Of course, it'll be January 1st, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, they're going to get put in the movie." It's like, no.
Kevin Feige right now has ordered an entire reshoot of Avengers 4 to add Wolverine. It's happening.
Going to reshoot the movie that took a year to shoot in 2 months.
They're soloing this.
Yeah. But no, they've already got the CGI done. I bet you anything.
Oh yeah. The
they haven't got a cast anyway.
Dude, the mutton chops were CG'd like 6 months ago. They're perfect.
Oh.
They're gonna put those onto what's Eastwood? What's the really wooden plank actor? Scott Eastwood. They're gonna CG those mutton chops on him, and he's gonna be perfect.
Are they gonna CG his height too to be 5'3"?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, okay, so here's my exclusive scoop, right? So they actually have Danny DeVito mocapping Wolverine, and then we're going to CG Scott Eastwood on top of him. True story.
No, here's the actual scoop. It's going to be Finn Jones.
Whoa!
Iron Fist was cancelled because he's in Avengers 4. We heard it here first. Fun fact.
Oh, Iron Fist, rest in peace.
He's going to shoot Thanos with his glowy guns.
Well, that's what's happening. That's why they canceled them, so they could schedule them for reshoots to appear in Avengers 4. I mean,
it's too coincidental timing. No, it's gonna happen.
Hashtag, it's all connected.
Exactly, yeah.
Hashtag, give us the Raimi suit.
We told you the TV and movies were merging months ago.
Right. This is the first step right here. This is it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, I hope some people listening to this can understand our sarcasm.
Probably not.
Some people are like, whoa, they're confirming exclusive scoops.
The comments have already been sent, and no one edits the comments afterwards.
That's true. That is true, yes.
Why?
Yeah, you're just going to get that one guy saying, "Stop confirming rumors."
Clickbait. Folk news. That one guy on Twitter is going to be mad at me again for that one, I'll tell you that now.
Oh, that one edgy kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, which one is about 5?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They gotta let me know just in case.
You gotta learn your place, Mitch.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that brings us to the end of the podcast. We had good topics here. 2 weeks in a row, which means one of these weeks it's about the series to get real bad. Like,
We're gonna take a week off next week because I can't take it. Right.
perfect. That's perfect. Oh my god. Well, I mean, just so people are very well aware, in the next 2 months, we're gonna start getting advertisements, full on advertising for Captain Marvel. Like spots, toys, posters, everything releasing. On top of that, like Avengers 4, then Spider-Man. So the front of the year is going to be loaded again as it was last year. So we're never going to be like short on topics.
I mean, if you think about it, if they do the exact same thing for Infinity War for this, we got an Avengers trailer in a month and a half.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then probably December for the Captain Marvel trailer again.
Right.
So
I mean, they're going to want to attach that in front of Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Which I'm hearing the early tests for that movie, and 2 people I talked to that analyzed audience responses were so through the roof that even Disney was shocked. Like, they were like,
damn.
what? So, that movie's going to get a huge marketing push starting a couple weeks from now, and like, that's going to be like a major blockbuster. Like, I'm sorry to all those movies coming out right next to it because they're about to get destroyed.
So just Bumblebee, Aquaman, Spider-Verse.
See, Spider-Verse I think is safe because it's so different. Like, it just looks and feels different, but I think the other 2 are going to greatly suffer.
Yeah. What's the headline going to be like? Mary Poppins puts them in the bag or something.
Mary floats away with the box office.
Oh.
IGN.
Was that which headline is that? Is that 17.5? Or was that the first one?
I don't know because one of them's going to be like Mary Poppins and Bumblebee. It's going to be like Bumblebee does not have the touch because I got the touch, the 80s.
Oh.
See, like because that's what IGN does. But see, the thing is, they changed the article title, but it's the same article. But they just change it every day because they figured out the game that they can play. So it's like, oh, you sons of damn it.
It'll be like Bumblebee loses Sting.
Ooh.
So you mean their Twitter their Twitter page because it's always filled with that. Every couple hours, it's a different article.
All you got to do is give it 6 weeks, and then they'll probably use what we just said, and then you can claim plagiarism. Done.
That's true. I'm waiting for the one that's like, which Bumblebee character most resembles Red Dead Redemption 2's protagonists? Because, it's going to be the hotness for like 3 weeks, so they're going to be like, no, we got to capitalize on Red Dead in every way possible.
Bumblebee, which is cowboy movie, Red Dead Redemption confirmed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, this show's dead. Yeah, we're done.
There we go. It's the end of the week. There you go. That's your scoops.